Well, Amy, if you would like to go ahead and get started, hopefully Lakeisha will be here shortly. So this meeting is the one for makeup and hair and nails. Oh my! So hopefully we are going to hear all about that and the best tips for blind people. And Amy is a Mary Kay consultant and has been for how many years, Amy?
In May, it will be 4 years.
4 years. And I had the fortune of being able to meet her a couple of years ago at the national convention and was able to buy some mascara right on the spot, which was wonderful. So Amy, if you can go ahead and start talking, hopefully Lakeisha will be here soon. And if you can tell us, about some tips and best ways for blind women or whomever is using makeup, how you would like to do it. So thank you, Amy. And I forgot to mention, I'm sorry, I'm a little bit scatterbrained right now. Amy is from the NFB of Missouri.
Hey, do you want me to tell a little bit about myself and then go into tips?
Absolutely. Yes. Okay. Thank you so much for being here.
Not a problem. And just feel free to interrupt whenever, somebody raises a hand for a question or anything like that. I'm totally interruptible because I know people will get a question and they're like, when it's time for Q&A, they're like, oh, crap, what was I going to ask? So, okay. As she said, my name is Amy Wilson. Live in Missouri. I'm a board member of the NFB of Missouri and chapter president. So I only learned about the NFB about 6 years ago and jumped head in first. I went into a national convention. I was asked to come speak at a student division, and I was like, okay, I'm going to go find out what these blind people are about. I myself have been visually impaired or blind. I just call it blind. I don't even know why I said visually impaired. Anyways, I'm so used to saying blind anymore. But myself, I've been visually impaired or blind for 28 years, 29 years, something to that effect. So I was diagnosed when I was 10. And have had many years to sort of adjust and get used to it and things like that. But I had never heard of the NFB until 6 years ago. And within 6 months, I was like, started a chapter in the city that I live and just drank the Kool-Aid, dumped it all over my body, however you want to call it. But I'm very pro NFB. So that was before Mary Kay. And shortly after, it was actually within a week after I got married to my husband that I was like, you know what? I want to be around positive women. So I'm going to become a Mary Kay consultant because I know from previous experience that Mary Kay women are very positive people. And especially if you get around the right people, that's one of the reasons I love the NFB. Everybody's pretty positive. So I like to hang out with positive people. Anywho, when I joined, here's the things that I wore as makeup or that I did for skincare when I joined Mary Kay 4 years ago. I would sometimes wash my face and, with an actual cleanser, sometimes moisturizer, depending on if I felt like I had dry skin or not. I loved Mary Kay CC cream because it's a complexion corrector and it shades to match your foundation. So I was all about that because I didn't have to worry about finding the perfect shade. And the best part about Mary Kay consultants is they will help you find the right shade. So that's a nice perk of that. Anywho, I did some cream eyeshadow, mascara, lipstick, and that was it. I didn't wash my face off after the end of the night or anything like that. So I was very much what I would call basic makeup. My makeup bag was pretty tiny. Nowadays, it's a little bit different. And I've learned some definite tips and tricks along the way because I had people try to teach me how to do eyeshadow before, but they really never broke it down to where, descriptive enough where my blind self could understand it. So being taught myself, because that's what I do as a Mary Kay consultant, is I teach women how to do skincare or makeup. I don't put it on their face or anything like that. If that was the case, I would have went out of business a long time ago. So, as far as like my tips and tricks is, one, they kind of go hand in hand. My number one trick with any makeup you ever do is practice, practice, practice. And the reason I say that is because when it comes to stuff like eyeshadow or mascara, I promise there is 100% guarantee you're going to mess up, even after practicing. But just know that everyone does it, cited or not. People make mistakes when it comes to makeup, but the more practice you get at, applying mascara, the better luck you're going to have for when you need it to look real good. It's going to look good because you're going to be like, I don't know that I'm going over too far, type of situation. So, when it comes to that, my other tip is investing in a good eye makeup remover, because like I said, you will mess up. And so having some makeup remover that can help clean it up right away, so where it's not smearing or smudging your makeup, is also key. One of the things that I have learned that I didn't know growing up, was it's actually easier, and it's a tip that I give to all of my customers, is apply your eye makeup first. Whether it's, you want a basic cream eyeshadow and applying some mascara, or if you're like today, I have a full face of makeup. So I have on eye primer. I put on four different eyeshadows, liner, mascara, the whole shebang. And believe me, it took me a lot of practice to where I could get to that point. But if you mess up your eye makeup, sometimes people will do foundation and then it will drop onto the eye makeup will drop down onto the foundation. And so this way, if you're doing your eye makeup first, it's not messing up any foundation. You can clean up your eye makeup, make it feel how you want it to feel, and then foundation and cheek and lips and all those sorts of things. Which reminds me, as I was saying, it like I said, I told you about like the 5 products that I did when I first started. Nowadays I can do, like I said, 4 different eyeshadows. I know where to place them. I know how to blend them. I can do bronzing, highlighting, contouring. I can do it all with brushes. I know how to do lip liner and all those different things. And I've gotten tips and tricks along the way. One of the things that I learned, that was sort of I learned by accident. I was with another Mary Kay consultant who helps me a lot. So she understands, like me and her will work together on how can we make this work for the blind community. Because she actually had never met a blind person before me, but she is super excited to figure out different solutions for myself and others. So it's nice to have her around. But she noticed one day that with eyeliner, I was actually going through my top lashes and I was lining my bottom lid more than I was getting the top part. So she was like, I always wondered why your bottom liner looked great, but the top was not there. I was like, because I thought I was getting the top. So one of the things I've had to learn when it comes to eyeliner or lip liner is I will have one hand with the product and then I will use my other finger as a guide that goes right before it, because with lips, you can, at least on mine, I don't go around feeling other people's lips, but at least on mine, I can feel the difference between, my lip and your face. Sometimes, again, I've messed up and smudged and that sort of stuff. And of course, that's practice. But the more you practice, the better you get, whether it's with lip liner or eyeliner. I realized I talked really fast. Is that okay? Does anybody have questions?
No, you're great. I have questions because I have not been able to figure out how to do lip liner or eyeliner myself. And so I would like to know what tips you have for us for that, because that seems to be very, very tricky.
So it honestly, for me, it's all about the product. I've been experimenting with liquid eyeliner and failing fabulously. So I do not recommend liquid liner unless you are an advanced person when it comes to that.
So then do you use the pencils? The eyeliner pencil?
Yes, I use a pencil. And when you're doing it, you're not drawing one straight line. Because it actually, when you try to draw it in one solid line, it does not look right, apparently. So doing short little dashes across is what makes it look smoother, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Because when I've had other people do it for me, that's what they do. Yeah, they definitely aren't drawing one line. They are kind of dabbing at it.
Because they can blend out the liner more if they want that way as well. But it just, apparently the finished look of it is better.
Do you have videos and stuff that you have that you've posted anywhere that would be good for us?
So I have a couple different resources. I have one, you can find me anywhere on the internet at this point with the username Blind Amy. I've made videos on TikTok. I have videos on Facebook. I also have a customer group that anybody can join. I even have blind consultants that are not even in my unit who are in there, so they can learn stuff from me too.
That's fabulous.
But if you're interested in that, that's got a whole bunch of videos, and it's called The Blind Hive, and it's a Facebook group. I've done several mascara videos because that's a hot topic. Eyeshadow is another one that people struggle with a lot as well.
So sorry, Miss. So what was the Facebook group?
The Blind Hive.
Blind Hive. And then
HIV.
All right, Blind Hive.
Yeah.
And then, so like for me, I always struggle with mascara. Like when I always do it, like my family members, like friends, it's like, oh, you have like these like black spots on your face. So I don't know do you have any like tricks for doing mascara?
So with the mascara, when I first started, one, if you're wanting to get good at just applying mascara, I would actually start with a lash primer. They're clear. They still thicken your lashes, but if you mess up, you're not having the black smudges on your eyes when you're walking around.
Okay.
So that's one recommendation for that. To get comfortable, I just started with hitting like the tips of my lashes, because there were times where I got too close and I poked myself in the eye a couple different times, and then you have the raccoon look, and that's
Oh. Yeah, no, they'll say it, and I'm like, oh, I didn't even notice. So
One of the things, because I also am in the skincare field and used to sell Mary Kay myself. One of the things that I do anytime after I apply mascara as a blind person, I got this tip from someone along the way that wasn't blind, but it helps me tremendously. I dampen a Q-tip and run it underneath my eye afterwards to make sure. So in case there's any little smudge that I got that I'm not aware of, that wet Q-tip will take it right away.
Okay,
that's good to know.
Using an eye makeup remover is also a solid idea, because I think with water, if you don't, you could accidentally smear your mascara that way.
Yeah, and if you're using waterproof, I guess that would be a problem.
Yeah. So that's where just an eye makeup remover, like Mary Kay has one. It's a big bottle or whatever. Mine's lasted me for 2 years.
Yeah, it's the best stuff on the planet.
Yes, it's one of their best sellers. Because it lasts so long, that's what I think.
It works better than any other product I've ever used from any other company, that as far as their, that makeup, that
Yeah.
remover is fantastic.
Yeah.
So we also, so Keisha has joined us. So if we can get Keisha in here to tell us a little bit about nails and how it is. And Keisha lives in Texas, and she's in the NFB, and she is the mother of a couple of children. I'm guessing that she probably got mixed up on the time zone because we're in such vast different time zones here. So,
hi, I'm sorry.
Hi, Keisha. Thank you so much for being here. And we would love to hear all about nails, and then we'll take questions from everybody for both of you and Amy at the end.
Okay. So I wanted to apologize for being late. I did get mixed up on the time, but we are actually we got dislocated because of the storm here this week, and so I was out trying to get some groceries for my family because when we don't really have any food anywhere. So
I didn't even think about the horrible weather that's going on down there. Are you really okay? Or
yeah, we're good. The sun's out today. The snow has melted, so we have our electricity back. We haven't had it since Monday, so.
Oh my God.
We are good.
Two little small children. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it was a nightmare.
So sorry. I didn't even think of that. I apologize.
No, it's okay. I don't know why I thought it was 4 o'clock, but I'm here. I'm in the car though, but I am here. Okay. Okay, so my name is Lakeisha, and I live in San Antonio, Texas, with my partner and our 3-year-old son, and we have a 1-year-old daughter. And I recently became a color straight nail stylist back in September of last year. So Color Street produces nail polish strips made out of 100% real nail polish. It's 95% dry. There's no mess, and it's like chip resistant. So they last about 10 to 14 days, and we have different styles. We have solids, glitters, designs. We have French manicure tips. And it literally, well, if you get it down pat, because it does take practice when you're a blind person, but it's super easy to apply. As a blind person, there's no mess, so you don't have to deal with any liquid. And I think my first set maybe took me 30 minutes. Now I think I'm down to 15 minutes each time I do a set. And they range between $11 and $14. And we always have a buy 3, get 1 free deal with our solids, glitters, and designs. And our French manicure is always buy 1, get 1 free. And so what comes in the package, there's 16 double-ended nail strips, meaning you can use 1 strip for 2 nails. I still have not been able to conquer that task, but I tend to make some things difficult more than they really are sometimes. But it comes with 16 double-ended nail strips, and it's 100% real nail polish, and they're vacuum sealed in like a plastic sleeve. And typically you don't need all 16 strips for 1 manicure unless you do like a manicure and a pedicure. But you can always like salvage your leftover strips by just sealing the package with a flat iron for your hair, or like an iron that you iron your clothes with. It also comes with a nail file so that you can buff your nails, and it also comes with the alcohol prep pad so that you can clean your nails before application. And so it's a USA made product. It's produced in New Jersey, and it's only been around for going on 4 years, so it's relatively new. But I honestly haven't heard of it. I didn't hear about it until last September. But it's such a really cool product because it allows blind people to do their nails independently without having to have someone sighted or go to the nail salon, especially now with COVID going on. A lot of people are hesitant about going to the nail salons because of, being afraid of getting sick. So it's something that you can do in your home by yourself, and it's relatively cheap. You can probably get 4 sets for about between 35 and $40, and that's 4 nail strips, and they last you a long time.
Wait, what's the brand for those nail strips?
Only 12 people.
Keisha, are you still here?
She got disconnected, it looks like.
Oh, okay. Oh my gosh, I know the name of the nail company, and
Color
actually,
Street.
yeah, that's it. Color Street. So actually, in this meeting, I'm going to give 2 sets to somebody in this session today. So,
Woo!
so because I have a cousin who also sells Color Street, and she donated 2 sets to somebody for this session. So, and they are really wonderful for blind people, because like she said, it is real nail polish, and you can put them right on and trim them to fit your own nails. And at Christmas time, I had Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer on my ring fingers, and then I had the rest of them were just solid red. But it was awesome. So I got so many compliments. Cool. Yeah.
I actually like them too. I've tried them before, and I find them extremely blind friendly.
Yeah. So there's Lakeisha. So Lakeisha, so I don't know if you heard, but I had my cousin donated 2 sets of Color Street nails for us to give to somebody in this session. So we'll donate that as part of this session. But we have a lot of people with only phone numbers, so I don't know who all is here. So
are they like fake nails, or is it actually like nail polish?
Is that Leslie speaking, or is that
no? It's Izzy. Sorry, this is Izzy.
Izzy. Okay, Izzy. Yeah. So if you guys would say your name, please, before you speak, just so we know who's speaking. Izzy,
sorry.
Yeah, it is actual nail polish, but it's in a strip so that you can just put it right on your nails.
Yes.
Oh, that's
can you hear me?
Cool.
Yes, Lakeisha, we can hear you now. So go ahead. You can answer.
Okay, I'm sorry. I don't even know where I left off, but yeah. So it is real nail polish. It's just in a strip form. So the creator of Color Street got the idea. He was in New York City, and he saw a lady trying to apply her nail polish in the cab, and she was having to hold her hand up and fan it and everything to get it dry before she got out of the car. And so he was like, I want to come up with something that people don't have to that will be already dry. People don't have to worry about
waiting for it to dry.
Waiting for dry time. Place it on your nail. Yeah, and so the adhesive back part of the nail strip, you just place it on your nail and the place that you want it to be, and then you just smooth it out. Glitters are usually easier to apply your first time than solids, just because sometimes you may get some wrinkles, but the more you do it, the easier it gets.
Keisha, while you were away, I was saying that I had Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer on my nails at Christmas time, so that was awesome.
Oh, yeah, I know. They have some really cool, retired sets. I don't know anything I haven't had a chance to get any of, the sets that they've had before my time, but I've seen pictures of them, and they're really. Last Christmas, they had, a Santa, had Christmas lights. They always have designs that you wouldn't necessarily be able to get unless you went into the nail salon and had them do it, extra for your nails. But with the Color Street, the designs are already there, so it actually makes it kind of cool to use.
Do you have any videos or anything that talk about it? Do you have that or a Facebook page or anything where you're talking about this stuff that people can join?
Yeah, I have a Facebook group. So my business is called Pretty and Posh with Lakeisha, and I have a Facebook group where I have daily posts, maybe 3 to 4 posts a day, talking about either nail strips or just stuff in my personal life, just so that it doesn't just sound salesy.
Keisha, we have a really bad connection. We're not able to understand you.
And the group to get to actually know me as a person, not just as a So I focus a lot on, well, I try to focus a lot on.
Keisha, I'm sorry, you have a really, really bad connection. We're not getting much of what you're saying. So is there anybody else? I don't know if Keisha, if we'll be able to hear her clearly, but maybe if anybody has any questions, we can hear those questions.
Hi, this is Audra. I was calling, I was wondering, the nail strips, are they pre-cut to fit the size of your nail, or is it something you place on and then you have to trim around your nail? Can you give me a little more description what it actually is? I know that it comes on a strip, but is it already pre-sized?
No, because everybody's nail beds are very different. So you would have to trim it and make it fit your nail.
Okay, so is that what you do with the file, or you have to cut it? Is like, do you just kind of get it similar? Like you put it on your nail and then whatever hangs over or whatever isn't fitting on your nail, you kind of just file it down to fit your nail?
Keisha, are you there? I cut it myself. I don't know if that's what you're supposed to do. So that's why I hesitated in answering.
Okay, so you basically
I can actually answer that question.
Okay, well, go ahead, Amy.
Thank you.
So they give you like it's a plastic thing with a rubber pointer thing at the end that helps you to flatten out the color street polish in your nail.
Can you hear me now?
It allows you to sort of trim it off, but once you tuck it there at the end of your nail, it comes off actually very easily, and you can very easily use the other end for another nail or something to that effect.
Oh, see, I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay, so that's what she meant by she can get 2 nails out of one section, but she hasn't quite gotten it down pat yet, because you have to angle it a certain way, and then you can cut it neatly and then fit it over the next nail, so you have so you don't have excess.
Each end is rounded on either end of it. So if you even like Sharon say you cut them in half, you can use one for one finger and one for the other. For like fingers.
Okay, and are they easily removed?
Yes.
They come off just like nail polish. You'd have to use your nail polish remover, but they come off.
I have heard recommended putting a clear coat on top just to give it a little extra oomph.
I just connected. Okay. Hello.
Okay. You're back. Hi, yeah, you're back, Lakeisha.
Hi. Sorry. Okay. Oh my God.
Okay.
So
thank
sorry.
you. Thank you.
Hi. Okay. So yes, you can cut the nail strip if that's what you like, but you can also just strip over and then gently tear it off, and it will fit perfectly fine. But they do have different sizes, so they have one size all the way to your pinky size, and then you can apply them in different ways, depends on how big your nail bed is. So like my nail beds are wide, so I do the application horizontally because it fits my nail. I will tell you this. I have been a nail biter since probably I was a little kid. And since
a silent killer.
I've been using Color Street.
Oh, Keisha, I'm so sorry. We're just having.
Since I've been using Color Street, I haven't bitten my nails since I've been using them. So
okay. Right. And is it Color Street, STREET, or Streak, STREET?
No, STREET, Color Street, like the street that
Color
you drive
Street.
on.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. That's what I thought it was. Thank you.
So
we have another question from Leslie.
I don't know if you guys heard me or not, but I do. Okay.
Hi, this is Leslie. I have a question for Amy, actually. I have been curious for a long time about working in cosmetics and possibly selling for either Mary Kay or Avon. How is it possible for a blind person to sell on with Mary Kay? Like, do you like have like an online shop for for your representative and sell that way, or what does it entail?
Okay, so the beauty of a Mary Kay business is you can kind of do it how you want. Because of the pandemic, the Mary Kay has like offered a new starter kit kind of thing where it's $30 and you get a personalized website and you get a ProPay account, which is how we process credit cards, which is normally $70 a year. They give it to you for the $30. Which is awesome. You don't have to have product on hand or any of those sorts of things. You can get the starter kit option, so you can learn more about the products. But I will tell you, you'll want to look into the profit margins that you'll get. So with Avon, I believe you only get 25 to 30% commission. Whereas with Mary Kay, you get 50% commission. So say something's $20, you get $10 profit right off the top, which is nice. You don't have to pay the company for it or anything like that. It's a direct, you're making money that day sort of thing. As a blind person, so one of the things that I started on Facebook, it's like a year and a half ago now. Gosh, I'm realizing time's going faster than I really thought. Pandemic threw me off my time loop. Anyways, but there's a group called Blind MK Pink Ladies, and there's about 15 of us in there, and we're from all over the country, different levels of vision. There's totally blind consultants to, consultants who have, 2200 vision. With that, some people I've talked to consultants that all they focus on is the skincare part of Mary Kay. They don't want to touch any of the makeup side of it. And that's okay. I know sighted consultants that run their business with just selling skincare. Because that's Mary Kay's number one focus is skincare, not the cosmetic side. Cosmetics, of course, is great, but and there's different trainings that they do, and then of course people usually get connected with me because I have been adopted into a unit where the director is one of the best in the Mary Kay company. And she's worked with me personally one-on-one to teach me different stuff because she understands what I'm trying to do to be able to help the blind community and, teaching us, everybody how to do it.
Amy, are you a diamond or a ruby or what are you?
I am in the diamond seminar.
So I know that's what I was when I was in. So I know you're.
Well, Heather is in ruby.
Okay.
She's in ruby seminar, but it's Heather Daniel Kent.
Yeah.
She is amazing. I love her personality. And she makes learning makeup fun, which I'm all about that because I've had
Leslie, you can definitely do it because I did it for many years myself. So
cool. Because I've been wanting to do something in cosmetics and beauty for ages and ages because I love learning about that stuff.
Well,
but you guys, I want to see if anybody else has any other questions for Keisha, and also because I want to stay on track because we're talking about hair and nails, not the business. But Leslie and Amy, we can definitely, have you all connect and talk about that further. If we can.
I can definitely talk hair.
Okay, Keisha's back on. Does anybody have any questions for Keisha?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, I was just going to say that I do have a Facebook group. It's called Pretty and Posh with Lakeisha, and on that group, I talk about the product Pretty and Posh with Lakeisha.
Okay.
I can put it in the chat. It might be easier to understand. But yeah, in that group I talk about different
Keisha, we're gonna have to just we're not gonna be able to talk. If you're able to put stuff in the chat, and we can have Kevin read it for us.
Needs on how to give like different giveaways and special deals as well.
Because we're not getting most of what you're saying. Did anybody have any questions for Keisha? Because maybe she can hear us.
I don't see anybody unmuted or raised hands.
Okay.
But I put the pretty and posh with Lakeisha in the chat.
Okay. Okay, good. All right. And then Amy had the blind hive. And so, Amy, go ahead and talk about hair if you'd like.
Oh, hair. I love me some hair. Okay, so I am like, the straightening hair is a thing. And, I apparently was late into the game of the straightening thing. But there is it's a hair dryer volumizer.
Oh my gosh, I love that thing. I bought one about 2 years ago. I love that thing.
I got one last year and I've been obsessed. I have very long and thick hair, and that bad boy dries my hair within 10 minutes and it looks fabulous when it's done. I'm like, oh yeah, that's what I'm talking about. But yeah, those hair dryer volumizers are amazing.
For those of you who don't know, so it kind of looks like the old-fashioned curling brush, but it has a hair dryer built in it. So you're running it. You can either curl your hair with it or straighten it with it while you're drying it. It's fantastic.
And they're like $25. They're not even that expensive.
You can get them more expensive, but the $25 one is just as good as the $90 one.
Absolutely. But yeah, hair, I mean, you can what I ended up dyeing my son's and my daughter's hair, they went blonde around Halloween. Well, he went blonde, she went like bright red. And that was interesting. I did learn when it comes to dyeing hair, if you put like Vaseline around the edge of your scalp, it will actually prevent the dye from like getting into your skin around your forehead and stuff. If you do the dyeing
when you're dyeing it.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I'm too cheap to go to a salon.
Izzy has a question.
This is Izzy. So I have a question about the blow dryer volumizer. So does it like actually like straighten your hair while you blow dry it? Like is that what it does basically?
Yeah. It honestly, like I was not sure when I first got it, but I'll use it just straight as a brush. Like I'll kind of towel dry my hair a little bit, and then I start running that brush through, and it straightens it out. You can, depending on like if you're coming from the top, it will straighten it. But if you go from like if you flip your head upside down and you pull it down like that, it will do the volumizing part to it. Or
my hair has some natural. My hair is pretty straight, but I have some natural curl in it. So I just kind of do it like to the sides and like curl it as I'm brushing it with and then my hair is more curly and more volumized.
Yeah, I've tried the straightening brush and it kind of works. Like it doesn't work the best. So that's interesting to know about this.
Yeah.
Well, it also depends on your hair type too. That's another thing that I found out. Like if you have thin hair, it does not necessarily hair does different with thin hair compared to thick hair.
Yeah, and my hair is very fine and not I mean, I have a lot of hair, but it's really fine. You know, I don't think you would call it thick hair, you know.
Yeah, mine can't hold a curl to save a life. Like I have to do the the overnight curling to my hair to get my curls to actually stay in my hair.
Pick a number between. Kevin, how many people are in this room?
Yeah, I have curly hair and I don't like it.
We've got 11 in here.
Okay, I'm gonna get Alexa to pick a person because I can't see what you all are. I'm gonna get her to pick a random number and we'll give two sets of the Color Street nails to one of you. Alexa, pick a number. Oh my goodness. Alexa, pick a number between 1 and 11. 3. Who's number 3?
You.
Okay, well, who's number 4 then?
The phone number ending in 2829.
282.
Oh,
I think that's Masha, I think.
that certainly is. Yes.
Masha, so do you want the nails?
Yeah, I love them. I mean, I'm not quite sure how to use them, but yes, I will definitely try them. I have a lifelong habit of picking at my nails and destroying them as soon as I get nervous about anything. The first thing to go is my nails, and so I'm hoping that the polish will help, make it a little harder for me to do that.
I've heard a lot of people say that they quit biting them when they use them, but I don't know about picking. But hopefully this will help you, and we can try. And I'll talk to you offline, and we can pick out, what you like, what colors or whatever.
Oh, great. Okay, thank you. Wow, this has been a good day already.
Congratulations.
Oh, thank you.
All right. So I didn't mean to interrupt you there, Lizzie. I just wanted to do it before we ended here. So.
I know it's fine. Don't worry about it.
So, Izzy, you can go to Ulta, or I found on Amazon you can get those. You can get them at either place for from, like we said, from like $25 to $90, but the lower priced ones will do just as well.
Okay.
And I do know that, like mine, I went ahead and got the hair protecting, the heat protecting serum to your hair. Like you apply it when your hair is dry or your hair is wet. And then it came with like hairspray or whatever to go with it as well. And I will tell you another trick that I had to learn from a YouTube video is you run it hot, and then before you're done, you turn it to the cold setting, and that will set the hair to where it's not so frizzy.
Okay.
That's good. And you know what? That's a good tip for everything. That's a good tip if you can stand it for the pores on your skin, for the pores in your hair, for everything. Like if you're taking a shower, to always, at the end, run your hair through the coldest thing, your skin through the coldest thing as possible, because it'll close your pores and it helps your hair and your skin. So that works, and then it's the same thing when you're using a hair dryer. If you can end with the cool cycle, it's much better for your skin and hair in all ways.
Is there any other topics we need to cover?
No, let me see what time it is. What time is it? 4:49. We have 10 minutes. So is there any other questions that anybody has that we would like to address, particularly about makeup or hair or nails? We lost Keisha. Leslie's got her hand raised.
Hang on a second. I had to mute. I was unmuted, but I was wondering, does Mary Kay sell perfume?
Yes. They have about 6 different kinds.
Cool.
They even have a couple for men, don't they?
Yes, they have. They actually have about the same for men. I've noticed, like the men's cologne and stuff is getting right up there with the women's. So.
Oh, yeah.
Because I think men don't mind buying that.
Yeah. Did somebody else have a question? I thought I heard somebody else try to speak.
Lorna started to.
Yeah, I started, and I'm sorry. I was looking for the thing to just raise my hand, and I couldn't find it. So I apologize for not being attentive to the order.
No worries.
But I had a question. I have never really enjoyed makeup. I'm just going to say it right now. And, I view it as armor for when I have to give a presentation, or if I'm doing a video, or when I have to kind of show my face. But the thing I have found not very easy, and I'll just is just foundation or CC cream, that sort of thing. How do you apply it so you get like an even amount on all parts of your face, so you don't look like you're looking like the clown or something?
A brush. That is hands down. I did not use a brush for a very long time. It took me probably a year and a half into my Mary Kay business when Mary Kay got new brushes. I was like, oh, I guess I'm going to have to buy some. I love them and I recommend them to everyone because it helps with portioning, to do the coverage, and they have different types of brushes. So when I use two different types of foundation, and I brushes for it depending on what kind of look I want, and they actually will tell you different brushes will give you a different look to your face.
Yes, very much so. And brushes can get expensive, and that is an area when it comes to your makeup that you do want to spend a little money on, because you do get what you pay for when it comes to brushes, unlike the hair dryer we were talking about a minute ago.
Yeah, a follow-up question. You're mentioning that each brush has a particular look associated with it. What does that mean? I'm not quite sure.
Okay, so think about it in terms of for example, in Mary Kay, we have 3 different brushes. We have a regular liquid foundation brush, we have a powder foundation brush, and then we have, it's like a hybrid between the 2 brushes. Or actually, no, there's also blending sponges. I forgot about those. So the hybrid one is like the blending sponge, and the liquid foundation brush had a baby, and it's amazing. The liquid foundation brush gives you an overall general coverage. It gives you a smooth, even coverage. The hybrid one gives that, I've heard it called like that concrete spray, magazine quality finish to your foundation type of situation, which I don't think if you're just using CC cream, you necessarily need that kind of coverage. That's like if you're going to be, like you said, on camera, on a stage kind of deal. I've used my liquid foundation brush just by itself with CC cream for a very long time. And the best part also I like about it is I will use less product than applying it with my finger. So I'm saving some money in the deal too.
Good to know. Thanks for that.
Any problem? Not a problem. Blech, not a problem. Any other questions? I actually really like answering questions.
You're doing a fantastic job. Thank you so much for coming.
Hey,
and I wish we could hear Keisha, because I know she would be too. We just can't get a good connection. But
hi, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. I'm so sorry.
It's not your fault, sweetie. We understand Texas is going through some things.
Yeah. I'm just ready for it all to be over. But if anyone has any questions, for the little bit amount of time I'm happy to answer.